Okay. O, sige. Puntahan naman natin isang issue rito, elephant in the room.
Okay.
May kinabukasan ba yung impeachment laban kay Sara Duterte dyan po sa House?
Well, that's a big elephant. Honestly, hindi pa namin napapag-usapan. No? In fact, wala pa ngang na-turn over sa Office of the Secretary General sa Office of the Speaker. And once the Speaker receives this complaint, kasi meron pa raw magpa-file eh. So, we were just informed na dalawa na yung naka-file. No? At i-consolidate yan, iisahin yan, bago ipapasa yan kay Speaker, bago niya ipasa dito sa Committee on Justice. So, we were also told that there's another one who will file. I don't know kung totoo yan. Siguro we will find out by Monday or Tuesday.
Diyan ba sa inyo sa Quadcom, wala bang balak mag-file?
Wala naman sa amin eh. Baka dun sa Committee on Good Governance, no, we don't know. I don't know if they will still hold another hearing yata on Tuesday. So pag sa Tuesday hearing na yun, I don't know if that's the last hearing that they will conduct. Baka i-terminate na nila kasi I think they already had 7.
Yes.
So marami-rami na yun. No? At dun sa 7 na yun, na talakay naman na lahat. No? Ang sa tingin ko na dapat talakayin doon tungkol sa usapin sa confidential funds.
Isa po sa mga issue na nire-raise dyan yung oras. Baka hindi raw, baka mahirap daw isiksik sa kalendaryo ng Kongreso. Pag-usapan lang natin kalendaryo mismo, technically. With the elections coming on May 12, 2025. Ano bang tingin nyo? Kaya pa bang isingit yan o pag-usapan? Kasi mandato rin yan ng Kongreso eh.
Obligasyon at mandato, it is the constitutional duty of Congress, no, to either impeach or dismiss, no, a complaint that was filed before the House, no, and going up to the Senate. Sabi naman ni sa SP Cheese, kahit daw on break, pwede din daw sila mag-meet as a impeachment court, no? And they can be present even if there is a campaign period. Kasi mas mahalagang constitutional duty ito ng mga senador. Ganun din naman kasi sa Kongreso, we will just be the prosecutors.
Yes.
Once we complete the case, once there's 1/3 of the members who will endorse, it will go up to the impeachment court. So, sa tingin ko, ano na yan, kung schedule ang ngayon wala nang oras. Hindi na magagawa yan ngayong up to the end of this year.
Before the break. Pero how about next year?
Well, next year is a different story. Depende sa sentimento at sense ng House. No? Kapag tinalakay ito at nakakuha ng 1/3 na boto, wala nang pupuntahan to kundi papunta sa impeachment court. The Senate must convene as an impeachment court right away.
Yun yung isang ruta, no? Yan yung shortcut, yung diretso na kung makakuha ng 1/3 signatures from all members of the House. Pero so far, ano ba yung napupulsuhan nyo sa ilang mga nakakausap nyo kongresista? Medyo pumapabor ba for impeachment or not?
Actually, everybody is quiet eh. Hindi naman sila openly expressing yung kanilang sentimento dyan. Siyempre, we'd like to keep our cards close to our chest. Ika nga. No? Kasi hindi pa, una, marami pang hindi nakakabasa ng complaint. No? Pangalawa, nasabi nga na meron pang ibang complainants, no, na magpa-file. So gusto natin na tiyakin, no, kung ano ba yan. Baka naman yan ay hindi wala namang saysay para magsayang ng oras ang Kongreso at ang Senado sa pagtalakay nito. No? We really haven't sat down and discussed this issue.
Okay. Yung isang issue, siguro you can answer this as a member of the House, no? Kayo ba meron din ba kayong concern na kung sakali mang sumuporta kayo for impeachment at hindi naman siya matuluyan, itong si Sara Duterte, at makabalik sila sa kapangyarihan, baka balikan kayo as a congressman, as a
Yeah,
politician?
siyempre, hindi naman mawawala yun. Siyempre, ganun talaga. No? Yan ang realidad ng politika sa atin. No? And ganun talaga. No? Kaya nga ang panawagan, kapag kayo, bago kayo pumirma, bago kayo mag-endorso, o bago kayo bumoto, gamitin natin ang ating mga prinsipyo sa pagdesisyon. Diba? Do not be swayed by, number one, by social media. Do not be swayed by social media. Kung ano yung opinion ng social media, yun ang i-adapt natin. No? Kailangan meron kang sariling desisyon, opinion, at conviction dito sa usapin na ito. Kasi you can never go wrong. Diba? You know naman, kapag sinuporta mo, nanindigan ka sa iyong prinsipyo, at ito ay natalo ang iyong prinsipyo, you have to accept the fact na may consequences yan. Yan ang realidad ng politika natin.
Can you assure the public that that will be how you would vote in case the time comes?
Yes, that is the guiding principle of the members of Congress in voting for a special, a very important issue, a national issue at that. No? Hindi pwedeng yung kung anong boto ng kapitbahay mo, yun na iboboto mo. Hindi. Para sa bansa ito No? We're doing this for our constituents.
Kayo, Congressman, matagal na rin kayo sa politika, no? You've probably seen it all. Pero ano ba yung naging reaction nyo nung makita nyong mag-beast mode or mag-meltdown yung Vice President sa isang online press conference?
Well, nagulat ako, no? Siyempre, unang reaction ko, nakita ko, I never really expected that yung mga expletives lalabas, no? Yun ang ikinagulat ko kasi I know VP Sara, I know si VP Sara na gentle as a lady, no? At yun ang pagkakakilala ko sa kanya.
Talaga?
That's why nagulat ako na merong gano'n, no? But I'm not naman saying that I know her fully well, no. Yung pagkakakilala ko sa kanya, no? Yun ang tingin ko. Kaya yun ang naging basihan ko siguro kung bakit ako nagulat. Kasi I wasn't really expecting that kind of a reaction from a person, the Vice President that I know. No?
Ito, Congressman, how crucial ba yung yung basbas ng presidente for any impeachment proceeding to succeed? Kasi may binanggit si President Marcos last time, at least siya na binabanggit niya, assuming that he meant it, di ba? How crucial ba yung role ng presidente sa ganyan?
Well, sa lahat ng dinaanan kong impeachment na kaso, normally yung executive o yung presidente, yan yung huli lang kumikilos kasi to give the legislative branch of government the independence on deciding on this important national issue.
Okay.
So sa tingin ko dahil nga ganun ang statement ng Pangulo, merong susuporta sa ganung pananaw, meron namang will probably go against it and will probably have their own different opinion.
Okay. Pero nga pala, nandun ba kayo rin sa fellowship night with the President a few days ago?
Yes, I was there.
Ano, kumusta? Napag-usapan ba impeachment?
Hindi na pag-usapan doon. It was all about
Magandang gabi, Christian.
At saka yung resolution of support. Mga suking na tagapakinig at if I'm not mistaken, 260 plus members of the House ang pumirma doon, belonging to different political parties.
Kasama kayo sa mga lumagda?
Yes. So,
ang tanong ko, Congressman, why the need for that resolution expressing support for the President at this time?
Well, unang-una, yun ang clamor ng mga members ng Kongreso. No? Na, let us show the President that we are supporting his administration in spite of the issues that there are grumblings in the different sectors of our society. And let us tell the President that this sector is still supporting him. Yun ang bottom line. Kaya nga gumawa ng resolution.
Pero did you feel na the president is in trouble? At least yung hawak niya sa kapangyarihan.
Sa tingin ko hindi eh. Wala ako ang nakita ko lang just to arrest the let's say the fake news, no? Kasi maraming fake news eh. Kumbaga to arrest the so-called grumblings eh. it was necessary for Congress to express the sense of the House, so to speak.
Kasi kung nung binasa ko yung expression of support for the president, syempre, ang unang tanong ko ron yung timing. Obvious naman kung bakit ngayon yun, di ba? Then we have to talk about the context. Kung pinag-uusapan yung possible destabilization, malino naman kung saang side nang gagaling yun sa mga Duterte at sa kanilang mga alipores, di ba? Yun naman yun, hindi ba?
Yeah. Doon naman actually meron kasing mga kumakalat nga na news, no? And in the grapevines sinasabi na meron daw mga faction from the PNP, faction from the AFP, faction from government employees and all those talks, no? Sabi nga hindi dapat dapat wag i-ignore ito, dapat i-stop agad ito, arrest this right away. That's why there was a move, no, that the members of lower house will express, no, the sense of the house in fully supporting the president.
Okay. Yung president himself, di ba, binanggit niya last time, sabi niya, ayaw niya na impeachment. Yan ang sabi niya sa mga kongresista dahil hindi raw ito makakapagpabuti sa buhay ng kahit iisang Pilipino. And then, tinanong siya, talagang tapos na ba? Sabi niya, never say never. Pero sa akin, kayong mga kongresista po, no, nakikita niyo naman yung mga lahat ng mga sinabi at pinagagawa ng mga Duterte, in particular the Vice President. They think it make those actions taken together make it even more imperative for you to impeach the Vice President?
Sa tingin ko, no, kasi habang sa right now, no, pinapag-aralan yan, ng Committee on Good Government kung ano yung magiging resulta ng kanilang investigation. We will definitely have to wait for their recommendation. No? And I'm sure when they do recommend something, that will be backed up by sufficient data or even sufficient basis. If they will recommend the filing of an impeachment, I'm sure they will also sufficiently discuss why. So sa tingin ko, yes, that is correct. No? All these issues will be considered if indeed the talks about impeachment or the move to impeach the Vice President will be at the center of the agenda of the House of Representatives.
Okay. Sige, Congressman Robert Ace Barbers, maraming salamat po for joining us tonight at